I'll tell you what is fire is that new Taylor Swift jam.
I know you bullshit. I know you joking.
Oh, you got a problem with Taylor because she shit on your boys Kim and Kanye?
Well, she has no standing. She has no ground.
Who
What the fuck?
cares?
She has
Who
no ground.
cares?
But no, that
Kanye is an asshole.
yeah.
The song is fire. And the song is fire.
You really
So
think it's
that's all there
fire?
is to it. I like her music. I do. I think she's good. I think she's talented as hell.
God, that's the whitest shit you ever said in your life.
Have you ever? I mean, no, it's really not. Like,
Yes, the fuck
have
it
you ever,
is.
like,
Hit my music!
Sierra Hotel, India, Echo, Lima, Delta, Shield.
You are now listening to the SMC Wrestling Podcast with your boys, The Smart, Caleb Baldwin, The Mark, Carl Irvin, and The Contrarian, Rance Morris. Believe in the pod.
What's up, everybody? Welcome to the SMC Wrestling Podcast. It is September 8th, 2017. It's your boy Rance, aka Ray Cash. Let me give you a heads up before we start. I have a cold, so if you hear me cough or sneeze, I have an excuse, unlike my brother Carl, who chose to cough through my very emotional diatribe about my Hurricane Harvey story last week.
Here we
So
go.
I just want y'all to know.
We're already on to Irma, and we're still talking about you. I got it.
Oh, well,
seriously.
Wow.
Shout out to Florida.
Wow.
Shout out to Florida.
That's
Jeremy, Carl, James. I mean,
Yeah.
not Carl. Jeremy, Rich, James. I hope you guys are okay. Be careful out there.
Yeah, no doubt. As Bill Belichick might say, we're on to Irma. But, no, it's funny because the thing is, I didn't explain myself last week, so I'm sitting here coughing, and everybody's like, "What the hell is that?" Really, I'm just having. I've still got like a minor. I've got like one of those lingering coughs going on. You know what I mean? I'm getting attacked by allergies, so it's awful. But yeah, I apologize for that. And
But my allergies.
oh, shut up.
But my immune system.
No.
Oh man, you deserve that cough, Carl.
Tired of this.
Well,
Wow.
gentlemen, you want to
Okay,
introduce yourself?
well-
What's going on?
Okay, sweet. I am your smart mark. I am Caleb M. Baldwin. I just want to let you guys know, the past couple days have been a bit of a mixed bag for yours truly. Thursday night, I got to see the Chiefs beat the Patriots. Now, I'm not a Chiefs fan, but I like Alex Smith, former 49er. And that was awesome because, you know, all this rumor and all this talk about how the Patriots were on a 16-0 and all that good stuff, you know. Just pure insanity to be speaking at the preseason. And then the Chiefs beat them in week 1 at their home stadium. So that's awesome. However, this afternoon, I took an excursion out of town and decided I wanted to go see. Yes.
That's how fucking far
And
he
I
stays
decided
out, guys. He has to take excursions to go
Yes.
see civilization.
Yes, exactly. Yeah, I
Oh my
have to
God,
blaze
that's
trails. And yeah. So, I went, I saw it. Don't know if you know what it is, but hey, those of you that don't live under a rock, you know exactly what I'm talking about. So that's cool. However, I was disappointed. I had high hopes, and I do not feel as though the movie delivered. But, I mean, I'm fine. I had the day off, so I can't really complain. And that's really all I got for you right now.
So,
Carl, what's up, man?
Hold on. So, a recap.
What
A
rants?
recap.
Okay, yeah.
A recap. Houston is dealing with residual flood damage. Florida is dealing with
God.
a future flood. And Caleb just had a bad day because the movie was bad. All right.
Yes.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah,
we all have
like-
different days, you know.
I guess so.
Yeah. I mean,
Don't worry, when a tornado takes out Delaware, Oklahoma, and you had a bad day watching the
hey,
Avengers
do
movie,
not,
you'll
please,
you get him back.
come on now. You cannot be saying town name. Come on now. What if someone
doesn't
hears
matter.
this podcast? What if someone hears this podcast and is like, I fucking hate that Caleb guy. I want him out of here. And then, yeah, they just, you know, hunt me down because now they know the town in which I live.
Well, to
Because
that I
Carl
say
gave it
good.
away.
Yeah, good.
Wow.
That's
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm getting
You want
some
all You want all logic and reason removed from this podcast, don't you?
You know it. If I wanted that, I would just quit
Yep.
it. So,
The SMC podcast does not endorse the thoughts and views of one Carl Irvin.
oh, come on.
Oh boy.
So just
So,
to kind of piggyback
Lance-
off Caleb.
oh.
No. Hey, I mean,
Yeah.
you let me introduce myself at
Okay,
least.
yeah, I'll let you get your shit in. Go ahead.
Thank you. Just to piggyback off you, the last time the Patriots lost the season opener to the Chiefs, they won the Super Bowl. So let's not get ahead of ourselves.
Oh, who cares?
Yeah.
Boo hoo.
It's true.
Yeah. I'm not a Patriots fan. You guys know that, but just to be, some context there.
The Patriots are the scourge of the earth.
Oh yeah, well maybe. I don't know. I don't know if you've met Steelers fans before, but anyways.
Amen.
Okay.
I'll say this about it. I haven't seen it. I'm gonna go see it tomorrow, but the reviews have
Seen
been
what?
good. So, it. We get it, Jericho.
Yep.
So yeah, I don't know. The reviews have said it's good, and you say it's not so much. So, I guess I'll have an opinion next time I see you guys, talk to you guys. So, whatever.
I will say this, Carl, just to piggyback off of what you said, that it's much better than the 1990 miniseries. So.
Oh, I don't doubt that at all.
Yeah. But hey, we're not here to talk about movies, are we? We're here to talk about wrestling, aren't we?
Well, with you, Caleb, we never know, brother.
That's true.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Yeah.
That's fair.
Set us up, my brother. Set us up.
Oh, wow. Okay. You're exposing the business here, but okay. So, I had the day off. Some people didn't. I also have Christmas Day off, but now, this year, there is a roster of a show called Raw that is not going to have Christmas Day off this year, as they will be going live from I don't know where. And
Live from Sioux Falls, South Dakota.
yes, I have my thoughts on this. I don't want to get those out of the way real quick. Now, as far as this goes, I understand it, but I can empathize with the wrestlers that are upset that they have to work on Christmas Day. I understand. I think, depending on attendance and ratings for this, we'll tell whether or not this, is a yearly tradition. And most years it wouldn't have to be a tradition anyway, because, they only run Mondays and Tuesdays. So, what? That's, that's interesting. I wish I had more to say. I know Carl does. I think Rance does. I'm not sure. But I am curious to hear what you guys have to say.
Well, me and Caleb have talked about this. I haven't actually heard Rance's opinion on this at all. You haven't really said anything about it. So I am curious, but I'm gonna get mine in first, just because I don't want you to take away my heat if for some reason we agree.
Oh boy.
So let me just jump in, okay? So here's the thing. I completely understand the frustration with having to work on Christmas Day, because first and foremost, I have worked in a place where I've had to work Christmas Day. I have worked multiple Christmas days, and I am in my early 30s, so I am in that same age as a lot of these guys that you see on TV every week, I would imagine, in the same age range. I also have a family. I have worked while having a family on Christmas Day. It does suck, okay? However, this is just kind of the nature of it, all right? Like, they've never had to do this before, so this isn't something that they had to do, no. But when you take on a job, okay, these are the kind of things you just have to deal with. If you work at a bank, you don't have to work on Christmas, and you know that, right? But if you work for a company like this is just the way it is. I worked at a casino. We were open 24/7. I knew going in that I was going to have to work certain days I may not want to. And that includes, I'm a religious guy. I've worked Easter. I've worked Christmas. Okay? I mean, these days are not days you want to work. You want to be with your family. I get that. But I will say this, and maybe this isn't a fair reasoning, these guys are getting compensated a lot better than I am, and I don't really see a lot of people run into the defense of other people that have to work on Christmas. You hardly ever see it.
Exactly.
All of a sudden, we're having a boohoo fest over these guys for them having to do this one time, and they're probably not going to have to do it again for 7 years, 6 or 7 years, depending on how the days rotate in the calendar. It's hard for me to really sympathize. So that's just my opinion. And Rance, feel free to jump in.
LeBron James hasn't had a Christmas Day off in like 8 years. In fact, until last year, LeBron James hadn't had a Christmas in Cleveland. Every game Christmas it was away. So boo fucking who. I have sympathy for the guy that works at Walmart, or the guy that works at the gas station, or the guy that works at the movie theater, or like a regular everyday job that has to work on Christmas. I feel for you. I feel for that person. But when you're an entertainer and you get paid off of your entertainment and you are a mainstream top level entertainer, you belong to the public. I hate that. It's bullshit, but it is the truth. Colin Cowherd said something that's very true, and I stand by it all the time. If when 9/11 happened, nobody gave a fuck that Brian Williams had a family. Nobody cared. We needed to know the news. When these things happen, we need to know. I got a good friend of mine, and I got a cousin of mine who are both anchors for the news for two different news channels here in Houston, and they didn't go home for like 4 days. You know what? That's the job. So, boo-hoo.
Well, can I just piggyback real quick, Caleb, before I let you jump in, because I know you'll probably want to say something about it.
Yeah, no, go ahead. Yeah.
Yeah, I just wanted to say another thing to think about. How many times do we hear the idea of, if you want to be successful in life, you've got to sacrifice?
Absolutely.
Right?
Absolutely.
You got to sacrifice things to make the real money and to be successful and to be rich and whatever it is that you want out of life, with all the things that you want out of life. You got to sacrifice. You got to sacrifice. And so we're going to lose our minds as fans over one day. It's not gonna happen for, I don't know. I mean, I don't know how
another 7 days. Go. Another 7 years.
But it's gonna be however long, right? You're asking these guys to sacrifice one Christmas. It's insane to me, the amount that the links that we will go to just to get angry about this, when regular people like the gas station guy that you mentioned, if he works at the gas station for 3 years, 4 years, he may work every single Christmas.
Yep.
Whether it's on a Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday,
Christmas,
doesn't matter.
New Year's, President's Day, Martin Luther King Day, Easter, everything.
Arbor Day,
Flag Day,
Earth Day,
Father's Day,
everything.
So
you're right.
I mean, come on. I mean, so that's just my opinion on this. And Caleb, I'd like to hear if you have anything you want to add.
I don't really have much to add, now that you put it, this way of, especially when you rationalize, like, I get Christmas Day off. So it is really easy for me to empathize with people that unfortunately have to work Christmas now. However, and this one really pisses me off as a fan of Seinfeld, I have to work Festivus every single year.
Oh my
and it
God.
always just pisses me off. I can't get the poll out. I can't do the feats of strength. I can't do any of that. I can't do the airing of grievances on the day of because I have to work. But that's a petty gripe that I have. Yeah. So, I mean, I'm sorry about your luck, but I think you'll get over it, and hey, you can have Christmas on the 26th or 27th. It's
well, that I haven't seen a ton of the guys really complain. Maybe they're scared to.
It's not going to go public if they do, no.
But I don't understand what there's to complain about. What is there to complain about? Like, you're not.
They are working on Christmas Day. That's what there's to complain about. I mean,
they're gone.
That, right?
But they're gone 300 days out the year. You're mad because you're gone for one?
Well, it's not just one day. It's Christmas Day, man. It's considered. It'd probably be considered the most popular holiday of the year. So
sure.
Hey.
I mean, I like I said, I get it. I just don't have much sympathy for it. I would have, honestly, Caleb. I know you have a job where you don't work on Christmas Day, but that's because you spend the rest of the year busting your ass during Christmas season to set up for Christmas. You know what I mean? To set up for like that holiday season. You know,
Yeah,
the next day at your job, I know for a fact it's busy as all hell, right?
It is.
So I mean,
yeah.
I have more sympathy for the fact that you have to kill yourself for 2 months out of the year just to get ready for for these specific days than I do for a guy who's got to work on Christmas Day once every 7 years, and it's actually only the first time they've ever had to do it within this job. I'm not saying they haven't had to do it in their past lives or whatever, but.
Now, I do want to ask you guys, do you think this will be successful for them? Do you think this will be a successful venture for the WWE? Do you think they'll draw not necessarily even a good rating, but say like a good live attendance, for example?
I think it'll depend on where they're at.
They're in Chicago. They're in Chicago.
Oh, okay, that's right. Okay, that's right. You're right. I forgot about that. I think they'll do fine. I don't think you'd be surprised, man, because like if you, okay, just for context, I went to that's probably about maybe 8 or 9 years ago. I went to a Dallas Cowboys game in Dallas on Christmas Day. Me and my parents and my girlfriend at the time, my now wife, but
my wife,
we all went down there. I mean, it was a packed house, right? A form of entertainment, family get together. You'd be surprised when a place of business is open, how many people will still go. Like I said earlier, I worked at a casino before. And I'm telling you, we were busy as hell on Christmas Day. When places are open on Christmas Day, they will get people. Some of it is some people don't have family. They're lonely. They want to do something. Some of it is, you can get the whole family together. We're all here, right? You're in Chicago, right? Say you go visit your family in Chicago. We're all here. Let's go to a wrestling thing. It's something we can do together as a family. You can still actually do it as a family. So, yes, I think from a live attendance standpoint, I think it'll be fine. I don't know how it'll do on TV, but honestly, I figure it's going to play maybe a little lower than normal, but not anything jarring. I just don't see that happening. People sit around and watch TV on Christmas Day. People go places on Christmas Day. So for us as fans, if we hate it so much, we better not show up. You know what I mean? Better not watch it on TV. That's my thoughts on this. So I know I'll probably watch, but that's just me. So just something to think about.
Yeah, I suppose so.
Rance, what do you think? Do you think it's going to do well on Christmas? How do you think that's going to go over?
It's Chicago. The fuck you think? When's the last time you saw a Chicago crowd that wasn't hot, that wasn't full, that wasn't ready to go? Man, Chicago shows out.
Let me say,
Oh,
Rance. I'm sorry to interrupt.
I know you're gonna go.
Last time they went to Chicago. No, the last time they went to Chicago, they didn't sell out Takeover, and I don't believe Backlash sold out either. So
yeah, but we're talking.
It's not unprecedented.
Okay, but we're not talking about an empty crowd. We're talking about the difference between 10,000 and 12,000.
Okay.
Right. You can tarp the top off and it'll still look full. I mean, I'm sure many people at home thinking that, oh well, shit, the arena holds 12,000 people, they'll get 5. I don't see that happening. I see it being a full crowd. I see people wanting to be a part. People love novelty, right? People love novelty shit. You remember when Punk had his match with Cena at Money in the Bank and he had the shirt that had the date on it? People were buying shit on eBay for like thousands of dollars because of the novelty. People like to do shit and go to shit and live through shit or experience shit that is not going to happen again. Who says they ever do another Raw on Christmas?
Yep, that's true.
So think about that, coupled with the city they're in and how hot it is. Come on, man. If you can sell out, if Lambeau Stadium will sell out on fucking Christmas Day, they can get 12,000 people for a Raw taping.
Agreed. I think they will.
One thing I've learned, and I know Caleb will hate this
I don't know about 12,000.
Okay, we'll see. Maybe we'll make a bet later down the road. But one thing I've learned that Caleb might hate is I'd never, ever second guess Vince McMahon. I might question it, but at the end of the day, he's made a lot more right decisions than I've made decisions.
Caleb didn't like that one. Caleb didn't like
No,
it.
no,
Wow.
I love it. So I think we've pretty well said all we can say about Raw on Christmas. But so guys, there is one particular guy in one John Bradshaw Layfield who does not have to work Christmas anymore, at least not with WWE. He decided to leave his post on SmackDown, and he is helping out his foundation. And I can't remember exactly what they do, but I know it's very charitable.
They take
and
care of kids in Bermuda.
There we go. Yeah, there we go. Good job. Filling in the gaps where I can't. Gotcha. Okay. So, yeah, JBL left SmackDown. Thank you for that. Not only for, oh, hey, I don't have to hear you anymore, whatever. Don't want to be a jerk about it. For, doing the charitable work that you were doing. I can appreciate that as well. I am kind of puzzled by the shuffling that they did. I honestly thought that it's weird because here's the thing, with the shuffling they did, now Raw and SmackDown both have Corey on them, but the B shows that are taped at those shows both have Nigel on them.
Mm-hmm.
So it's just not very economical. You're paying for two announcers to go to two different cities when you could just do one. And having Nigel call one of the A shows, I don't think he's necessarily taking a chance at this point because I feel like he's proven he's more than capable.
He's not ready.
Really?
Not at all. No.
He's not ready. Really?
No.
Okay.
Nigel hasn't learned. Nigel hasn't learned to do the 3-man weave yet. Nigel is really good when it's him and one other person. The problem is Nigel overtalks everybody.
Oh, okay, yeah. That's fair.
I'll say this about I haven't heard a ton of Nigel because you guys know I get my moments to watch what I can watch, so I usually have missed most of his commentary, but I've heard that he's decent enough. But like if you say he's not ready, then I would take your word for it. I don't know.
He's good.
As far as Corey goes, I would disagree with your point, Caleb, that it's not economical. And the reason why I say that is if you're thinking of it straight from a dollars and cents, well, you got to pay for him to travel, you got to do this, you got to do that. I get that. However, this is an opportunity because Corey is such a good announcer. He's so good at what he does, and he's interesting, and people like him. But it's an opportunity to actually make more money because now you're putting Corey on the other brand as well, which brings more awareness. People weren't as fond of JBL, right? A lot of people don't like JBL. So Corey could be a money maker for you. It's just like when they try and build a wrestler, okay? They try and put Roman Reigns out there, and they bring him out there so people will watch, and more people will want to watch the product. More people watching the product means more people buying shit.
Yeah.
Right? That's to me, that's the same idea. If you told me tomorrow you could have Gorilla Monsoon and Bobby the Brain Heenan back on WWE, you think a lot of extra people would start watching? Bet you they would. And I'm not saying Corey is that.
Because Gorilla Monsoon is dead, sir.
Okay, you know what I mean.
You bastard.
You know what I mean. I'm not saying Corey is that, but I think he's an upgrade from JBL. So I think it matters in terms of dollars and cents. Maybe not immediately, but I think bottom line, I do think it's not going to hurt them on economically. Well, this is my opinion on that. So.
And you're forgetting the fact that he was already on Tuesday every Tuesday for 205 Live. So it's not like he's doing anything different. He's been going Tuesday every week.
I know. It just doesn't make sense to me that they would have him do Mondays and Tuesdays. And Carl, to your point, I don't think people are necessarily going to shows because of the commentary that's on there, or
I'm not. Yeah, but I'm not talking about going to shows.
Watching.
That's a whole different ballgame.
The quality of the shows watching them. Yeah.
Watching brings in its whole other brand of people who will buy things as well.
Maybe so, but I don't know. I can only speak from my personal perspective. I have never I have heard some of the dirt worst commentary out there, but I have never turned off a show because of commentary before. So I'm just going to make that clear.
But have you muted a show because of commentary?
Actually, just once, and it was Impact about a couple months ago. Josh Matthews wouldn't shut up about something.
I hate that dude. I truly feel like
He's terrible.
Just like a hot crowd can enhance a match, a great commentary can enhance a match.
I agree with that.
That's been the argument with Michael Cole and JR. Michael Cole was great at his job, but he's asked to do something different that Jim Ross was asked to do. So people felt like, well, we need to keep JR because JR makes the matches feel more important, whereas Michael Cole makes it feel more corporate or commercial. Which I get that, but it's the same thing. So now you have not only a legit heel announcer, but a witty, smart, funny, legit heel announcer who, let's not forget, the great rapport he has with Byron Saxton. Those two have a great rapport. And
Phillips, too, yeah.
And Phillips, yes. All three of them? It's going to be great.
Yeah.
I agree.
No, we saw that on NXT before, and that trio is good.
Yes.
Well, I mean, I remember you guys have heard me say this before when we did a little draft a while back or whatever and put it away, but it didn't end up getting recorded correctly. But whatever. But when we did that,
don't bring that up, Carl. Don't bring that up.
Whenever that we did that, if you guys remember, when we drafted our commentary guys, I drafted Corey and Byron because I was such a big fan of how they work together.
Yeah.
I think that's just a great dynamic between those two. So I'm happy especially that Corey and Byron are going to be back on commentary. Well, I don't usually listen to SmackDown commentary that much. I usually will mute it. I mean, it's whatever to me. I'm not a big commentary fan, so it's got to be a good team. So I usually mute commentary sometimes. And just watch the matches or whatever, or the promos. But
I got a question. I got a question for Caleb.
Yeah.
Yeah, go ahead.
How do you think that Renee should have gotten a chance to maybe be lead? Because we've seen her in NXT as a color. It's not good. But I think Renee could eventually be a good lead announcer, like a play-by-play.
You don't do that on SmackDown. I'll put it that way.
Okay, that's fair.
Maybe you do that with the Mae Young Classic, or you do that with 205 Live, or something of that nature.
She should have called the Mae Young Classic, by the way. She should have called.
Oh
it.
Yes.
Because God bless Jim Ross.
Yeah.
His time is gone.
It's bad. Yeah. Jim Ross in 2017 is not a good commentator.
And then Lita, Lita isn't very good at commentating because she's never done it before. But then she already has a grating voice. But she's not adding anything to the shows. She's not adding any. Like, very, very rarely does she actually add some value. But, like, Jim has to go, like, down in her throat and pull it out.
Man, I tried to tell y'all that, too. I haven't even watched the Mae Young Classic. But when we talked about it before we started this podcast, I specifically remember not being a huge fan of Lita being at the booth for the Mae Young Classic.
But you get why, right? Who else were they going to get?
No, yeah, sure, I get why. But, I mean, ugh. Anyway, that's another story.
No, Carl, that is a proper reaction to what we've been treated to.
Yes.
As far as that goes. Have you guys said your piece on? Have you guys got all your shit in on the JBL thing?
Well, no. I want to say this.
I don't want to rush you. Yeah.
To my brothers at One Nation Radio, I do not appreciate the fact that y'all had a dance party for 15 minutes, singing Celebration and Don't Stop the Feeling and all these happy songs about JBL leaving. I don't appreciate that. I don't appreciate the yes chants. I don't appreciate the jubilation. I understand JBL isn't popular with the IWC. I don't consider myself a card-carrying member of the IWC, although I live in an IWC neighborhood. But JBL is not as bad as y'all make him out to be.
No, he's not.
I want to go on a quick little diatribe. This is for my boy Caleb.
Oh boy.
I remember, and this is, I'm gonna say this to kind of bring my full point around about JBL, about how he's not as bad as y'all think he is. We know JBL used to be a bully. We know JBL is a bit of a dick as a human being in a wrestling perspective, but we also know all the good shit he's done for other people. He created tribute to the troops. He's tirelessly works all the past 5, 6, 7 years helping kids. He's done a lot. But y'all motherfuckers, yes, motherfuckers, were killing this dude over the Mauro Ranallo situation, and the truth finally fucking came out. that it wasn't about him. Morrow had beef with Vince. Also, truth came out that the shit that Morrow was upset that JBL said, everybody knew JBL was fed that line. So, situations like that bother me because we rush a crucified guy for shit that's not even true.
But my narrative.
Right? So, and I'm not saying JBL was at this stage JBL was extremely repetitive. He wasn't very inventive. He had his moments, but he was average to subpar announcer at this stage of the game. So,
well, I mean, let's
good for
face
both
it.
of them.
Our opinions are always going to be a little bit different from Smart Nation Radio over there.
Yeah.
Okay? Our boy
Hey.
Rich and James.
Hey, guys, let's tread lightly there. That's our big brother.
Rich will be on the show soon, and he'll talk shit to me. It's all good.
Yeah, it's all in fun. They know that. So, our opinions are always going to be a little bit different. I would agree with Rance. It's a little much, guys. Like, y'all celebrating like the president just finally got impeached. Okay, let's calm down with all that.
Hey, watch out. We're the Rest Day Podcast, Cole. Watch out.
That's true.
Boy.
I better calm down with that. So.
I'm done.
Wow.
I just needed to say that.
Okay.
I just need people to at least
I do want to say
appreciate stuff.
The final shoe was dropped, and that I'm gonna say it. That subpar commentary team that SmackDown had last year, all three parts of it are gone. And now the Mauro part, that's gonna be controversial for some people. But okay, here's the thing with Mauro Ranallo. I do want to say this real quick. I know it's unrelated.
Mm-hmm.
He can be a very good announcer.
Absolutely.
However, when he's stuck on Mamma Mia,
speak on it, Caleb.
Or they're like a dentist and a carpenter fighting tooth and nail.
Hey, real quick, Caleb.
What's up? How
would Conan potentially announce a match?
Oh boy, Conan.
What would he say? What would he say?
Oh boy, he would say, "Oh, this match is serious like a late period. Viva la Raza!"
There it is, folks.
Yeah.
Our weekly Viva la Raza from Caleb.
Yep, you got it. Wow. Hey, speaking of Conan, you know what organization he works for in Orlando right now? Do you?
No.
Fuck it. Global Force Wrestling, Impact Wrestling, Anthem, whatever they're called.
Does he work
at this
there?
point.
Oh, LAX, yeah. Yeah.
Oh,
shows
man.
how I give a fuck about that company.
Such weirdness right now.
Wait, hold on. Aren't they like pimping hoes and selling crack on camera?
Oh yeah, LAX, yeah, their whole gimmick is like, yeah, they're running drugs and guns and they pimp hoes now and wrestling's like
awesome.
This is where we are.
Wrestling's a side hustle.
This is where we are with the company. Hey, you know what those guys should do? They should pimp hoes on TV. That's it.
They should. Yeah.
I'm starting to think I should watch more of this promotion. Like, some of the stuff I hear about, I'm just like, it feels very, very Russo-ish. You know what I mean? Like,
it is, man. It can be campy. It can be very campy. I will say that. However, off screen, they've had a lot of drama lately. I believe it was as early as last Sunday, Jeff Jarrett was announced as leaving Global Force, but apparently Jeff Jarrett still owns the Global Force name, and the merger was never like made official. So like if he leaves and he takes the name with him, they go back to being Impact Wrestling, and that's all weird. And who knows what's up there? This probably stems from the fact that Jeff Jarrett was wrestling drunk in Mexico a couple weeks back.
Yeah.
A couple days later, news had broke that apparently Anthem is starting to go under because they have sunk a lot of money into this promotion. They're not seeing it come back, and the semi-annual rumors of Impact, TNA, NWTNA, GFW's demise have come yet again.
Okay.
So,
man,
you guys ready to discuss that?
Let me get in. Yeah, I got you.
Man.
I don't.
Oh boy.
First of all, who would have thought that a company that allowed Alberto Del Rio to be their champion the second he walked in the door. Run by Jeff freaking Jarrett. Who would have thought that they would be having issues so quickly?
Never.
I never would have thought it, right?
No.
And who else would have thought that Jeff Jarrett would have actually been out before Alberto Del Rio technically is out, right? Like, this is a clusterfuck of awfulness when it comes to GFW, Impact, Anthem, Looney Tunes, whatever you want to call them, garbage. As far as them going under, I will believe it when I see it. I feel like there's a certainty in life, and that is
certainty. Dev taxes in TNA.
Well, kind of. They're like TNA is like the cockroach of wrestling.
Yeah.
And what I mean by that is when there's a nuclear holocaust,
they'll be around.
Eric Young and Eli Drake will still be not Eric Young, excuse me. EC3 and Eli Drake will still be wrestling in the ring for TNA somehow.
They're like an amoeba. They're like an amoeba.
They do not go away. I mean, I don't want them to. I don't like it when guys lose their jobs. This isn't what I don't like, even though they're not getting paid on time half the time anyway. But I don't like the fact that these things happen, because I feel for these guys. There's a lot of talent over there.
Do you remember the story? Do you remember the story of Old Yeller?
Sure.
Old Yeller was a good dog.
Wow.
Old Yeller was a fun dog. But it came a point where Old Yeller got rabies and they had to take him to the back and put him out of his misery. I don't want these guys to lose their jobs either. But take this fucking company and put it out of its fucking misery. This company reminds me of, you know how your grandma made you that sweater or bought you that sweater when you were like 5 and you're 35 and you still got that fucking sweater in your closet and you've thrown it away like 17 times, but it finds its way back to your closet? TNA is that sweater.
Yeah.
It's ridiculous.
I mean, I'm with you, man.
And then here's the fucked up part. Here's the shit that trips me out. They're still fucking signing people. They signed 014K, the Chris brothers.
Yeah.
They're a hot tag team.
Yeah.
Well, NXT could have used them.
Though. They're doing the WCW thing where we're going to continue to hemorrhage money to make it seem like we're not losing money, all in an attempt to save this, but it's not going to happen. You know what I mean? They're still spending money because they don't want it to seem like on the surface that they have no clue what they're doing, that everything's fine, so that the casual viewer, whatever, however many, all 5 of them, whatever.
It's 10 now. It was 10 this week.
Yeah, that, they don't have a clue what's going on. They're just like, oh, man, they keep bringing in new guys. That's cool. But the reality is we know what's going on because it leaks everywhere, But it's just, man, I kind of hope that if they do go, that, a lot of these guys can find a way to make some money, and I think they will. Like I said, they've got talent. They've got guys who can go do shit elsewhere. And I don't know why a lot of them stick around. I feel like it couldn't be for lack of opportunity.
It's loyalty. Remember,
loyalty.
Remember, Abyss had a WrestleMania match. Like, they weren't signing him to say maybe. No, they were going to sign him in January for a WrestleMania match with The Undertaker. That's a bigger honor than a world championship in my opinion.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And he was like, "No, I'm gonna stick with the squad. Like, I'm loyal. I love you too, right? I do. But if Edge and Christian call me tomorrow and like, hey Rance, we need you to be a part of our podcast, this would be the SM podcast featuring Caleb and Carl. Cause I'm out. Okay, I'm out. I'm letting y'all know that now.
No, and I get that. It's the same. Not everybody can survive that. Like someone like Sting, who was so loyal to WCW for so long, was able to survive that. And then he went on and worked in TNA as well, and he was making went to WWE, right?
He was making like $5 million a year, pretty much the whole time.
But exactly, he's Sting, right? Like some of these guys are not Sting.
Yeah, fair point.
They're just there because they're loyal. Like,
Rockstar Spud, bro, leave, get out.
Like, I still don't know what EC3's doing in TNA. Why?
Well, because his last name is Carter. He can't go to WWE because there's no Carters.
He can leave. His aunt appeared on the 24 thing. He could leave now.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, my bad.
Yeah, maybe just guys like that. It's crazy. What are they doing? Like, get out,
The
grass
reality
is greener.
Yeah, the reality of the EC3 thing is that, contrary to popular belief, at this juncture, those checks from TNA are still actually coming in on time at this juncture. And EC3 is under contract, I believe, until the beginning of 2019 as well.
NXT.
So
NXT.
I don't know.
real.
Hopefully by then it go up, but that's whatever.
But yeah, I mean, it's, like you said, it's just they're just like a cockroach, man, and they do not go away. So
The wrestlers for that
the
company.
rumors of their demise are
Overrated?
Let's calm down on that. Let's calm down.
The wrestlers for NXT have battered women syndrome. And I'm not joking about the real people and women that have battered women syndrome. But they won't leave this company because they feel like they got to be genuinely loyal to the squad. Like, go make your money. Go make your money.
While you can.
If it's that serious, Ring of Honor pays more than TNA anyway. If it's that serious, Japan pays more than Ring of Honor. Hell, PWG probably pay more than Ring of Honor than TNA. To be honest,
I mean, like,
and they don't have a roster.
Yeah, I mean, while you're young and healthy and still able to do this, you need to get as much out of it as you can.
Absolutely.
That's why I'm the same way about athletes getting ridiculous paychecks. As long as someone's willing to pay them, then that's their value. And people don't like it. People don't like that opinion. But this isn't like, I don't want to get into business and politics, but it's free market, right? So if you're able to go get that money, get that money. Absolutely. I got no problem with that, So, it'd be a shame to see one of these guys get hurt and then not have had that opportunity to cash in.
Knock on wood, a dry situation, and then, or better yet, Jesse Sorensen. He had to take care of all that shit on his own.
Yeah.
Or DJ Zima Ion had to take care of that shit basically on his own.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Luckily, both of those guys were able to get healthy and start wrestling again, but who knows? They could have easily been in a wheelchair for the rest of their life. I didn't see the DJ Z thing, but I saw the Jesse Sorensen bump. That was terrifying. But
yeah, absolutely.
You're the GFW watcher, Caleb. So educate us.
I mean, what do you want me to educate you on?
Are we right? Everything we said was correct?
About, okay. I will say this. At this point, I kind of agree. If you're a talent like an EC3, for example, who, you might not be, obviously, you're not necessarily known to a casual viewer or whatever, but there is a sect of, most of the internet wrestling community, those that check the Twitter feed and whatnot, they know who you are. They know, what you bring to the table. They know the value that you have. So, say, as you can, go make money elsewhere. Go if you make more in NXT. I wouldn't say Ring of Honor. I hear their contract structure is weird. So unless you can get on like a Cody Rhodes type deal where
you just show up,
you're not necessarily under contract. Yeah, you just show up.
Yeah.
Unless you can get on that kind of deal, I wouldn't go with them.
But also,
Japan,
Cody got the name.
Where
Cody has a name where he can negotiate that.
Okay, that's fair. Yeah. I feel like there are some that could do the same thing, but whatever. Go to Japan, where if you're certain talents, if you're of a certain level, you can make WWE money and do like half the work. Same thing. Maybe do kind of like what Cody does and work like every independent that's known to man.
Yeah.
Like Chris Hero did. Yeah.
Or Sami Callihan or Drew McIntyre. Yeah.
Yep. I would say, as soon as your contract is up, as soon as you are free to go, get the fuck out of there. That's really the only word of advice that I have. But yeah, that's really all I got on that. But we had mentioned,
real quick,
go ahead.
I just want to point out how hilarious it is that Cody, Don't Call Me Rhodes, has had like numerous singles matches at WrestleMania, and Dolph can't get one. I just wanted to point that out.
Okay.
But Cody, but Cody was underutilized. Okay. I'm sorry.
Hey, Cody has said himself that he underutilized himself. He has said that. That has come out.
Oh, I know.
So
I know.
People that are going to bat for him, he doesn't even want to hear that excuse. So
I know.
Before
again,
jump into that,
me sitting on my high horse trying to express to the IWC Rance ain't crazy. Rance don't say shit just to say shit. I don't disagree with y'all. Just disagree with y'all. The shit I say not only is right and makes well, I'm not gonna say it's right, but not only makes sense, but the people is happening to agree with me. I just want to point that out there.
Oh, he's putting himself over, brother.
Hell yeah.
Yeah. You're going to put yourself over, brother. But,
Yeah,
hey.
we're gonna get our golden shovels out.
Oh, boy. So we just talked about several GFW talents and possibly leaving and going to WWE or NXT or what have you. Now, real quick, I want to discuss a particular talent that actually is going to the PC and signed this week, and that is one Donovan Dijak.
Yeah.
And those of you that have seen him at an indie or watched Ring of Honor, you know exactly who this guy is, and you know just how impressive this guy is, too.
Big motherfucker.
So what are you guys' thoughts on that? Do you guys have any thoughts on that?
I love it. I love it. We complain all the time. Well, I won't say we complain, but there's a thought process that there's not a lot of giant prospects anymore, and this generation of fans don't want to see the old school lumbering giant. So when you got guys like Braun who's out there redefining what a giant is, Donovan Dijak is 6'7". So, and I don't know if you guys have seen him wrestle. He wrestled a match with Keith Lee that I'm gonna watch when I get a chance at the Bola, and Keith Lee's my guy. Shout out to Keith Lee. But bro, like this dude can go. He's talented. He's young as all hell. He's a guy that will be debuting on NXT very soon, and you might even see a Drew McIntyre, Donovan Dijak title match. Like he has so much potential. He's what Mark Jindrak should have been at that age.
I have no thoughts because I'm not familiar with him, but I will once again, I will trust y'all's judgment on this because you guys, as much shit as I give you, Caleb, I do tend to, I still listen to your opinions. So, listen, this is the way I look at it. I feel like WWE knows their talents. I do. I feel like they know where to find guys. So, especially now with, Triple H being in charge of a lot of that stuff, finding guys and stuff, I trust in the process. Let's put it that way. So I would assume that he's going to be as good as, you guys say he will be.
Shout out to the Sixers.
Yeah, shout out Sixers. What's up? Oh my goodness, man. Yeah, Donovan Dijak is something else. I've only seen him wrestle once in person. That was in a battle royal. Carl, you saw it too, but you probably don't remember. But hey, that's whatever.
Oh, was that the Hacksaw Jim Duggan won the?
Yeah, Hacksaw won the Danny Hodge Invitational, even though he didn't really do much until like everyone got eliminated.
Right. Yeah, I wouldn't have known him from that crowd for no doubt about that.
Classic Carl not paying attention to shit.
Okay, there was 3 people that got an entrance, and he was one of them.
I'm just saying, like you're saying, like they had a grand entrance or something, and that's not true. I didn't say it was
a grand entrance. No. I said it was an entrance. That's all.
You know the few people that have an interest in a battle royal are the people they want you to pay attention to.
Right.
Exactly.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, it didn't work. So okay.
Oh wow.
Okay. All right. Well, my bad.
But no. Let's not get on that because I got some goodwill today. Let's not get on that.
Yeah, you do. Yeah. Let me take the heat. Okay. Let me take the heat today. I'm down. I don't care if you work on Christmas. I don't care if you work for other companies. I got the heat, brother. Let's do it.
Screw it. Don't care if you got to work an extra day doing commentary. We don't care.
Oh man, big wrestling over here. Oh wow. Yep, I knew that would pop him. I knew it would pop him. One more rapid fire before we go to the questions, guys, because we really burned through shit tonight.
Yeah.
And we don't have to discuss this at length because, we don't watch a lot of PWG. But hey, they had Bola last weekend, and for the first time ever, they crowned a 2-time winner in one Ricochet. So hey, that was cool, man. Hearing about that. And I've heard, too, that all 3 nights of Bola were really impressive.
They always are, though.
Honestly,
they always are.
Something I might have. Okay.
Well,
that's something I might have to buy on DVD, though. I don't know.
Yeah.
As far as Bola is concerned, Battle of Los Angeles, right? That's what it means.
Yeah.
They really ought to work on that name because it almost just sounds like Ebola. But
Only
I'm
you.
sleep though.
Only
Yeah,
you.
so it's fine. But I'll say this: Ricochet. Um, some of the matches I've seen him in, he's really good. But some of the stuff, there was a big debate about him and the match he had with Will Ospreay a while back, right? You guys remember that?
Yes.
And some guys were shitting about it because it was like damn near a fucking gymnastics routine.
Yeah.
And then some were like, no, it was beautiful wrestling, whatever you want to call it. I'm
It was an episode of Power Rangers.
Right. So, however, Ricochet is talented, so let's not get it twisted. Whenever he's ready to come on and make the next step, he should probably do it too. He's so hot right now.
He would have signed. He would have signed.
That damn Ricochet is so hot right now.
He would have signed to NXT already, but he's still under contract with LU. That's the only problem.
Okay.
And Ricochet's
Yeah.
amazing. Difference between Ricochet and Will Ospreay is Ricochet can actually perform wrestling holds. Will Ospreay is a ballerina, but no, I don't. Ricochet's great. I just don't think he should have won, because normally the bowler winner is a guy who's supposed to be the next up in wrestling. That was Keith Lee's thing to win. I think Keith Lee should have won because Keith Lee, you're gonna start seeing him ascend and be the next guy. Every year the winner is normally the guy who's next up.
Like Marty Scurll won it last year.
Marty Scurll, or when Gargano won it like 5-6 years ago, he was becoming like the guy. When Kevin Steen won it, when he was Kevin Steen, like these guys won it as they were ascending into the mainstream populace. Keith Lee is about to make some noise.
Generico became like a top guy in Ring of Honor.
Absolutely.
Like, right after he won Bola as well.
Possibly because of Bola.
Got to get your Generico pop in there.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
Who are you trying to relate this to, man?
Yeah. You know. Oh, you know.
No, I don't. This doesn't, like, who else could you relate it to? I don't understand.
Let's move on.
Okay, so you guys want to answer some questions?
Let's do a few, yeah.
Yeah, let's do it.
Oh, let's do a few.
Well, it's up to you, man. We'll take them as it comes.
We got a handful. Let's see here. Come on now, Phoneski. Pick it up. I'll pull these questions up. All right. So, first question. Guy also asked a question last week. Robert Henry. Sup. Gonna go to Oklahomania 2 with you. Yeah, what's up? He asked us, and it's funny that you mentioned Gorilla Monsoon and I believe it was Jesse Ventura earlier. Bobby Heenan.
Yeah.
But he had asked us if you guys could make a dream announce team, use as many guys as you want, who would you use? And, how would you format it, so on and so forth. I want to fill this first, and I'll let you guys answer. Now, if you guys know me, I'm kind of a mark for the traditional two-man booth.
Mm-hmm.
And with that, I would probably say, and it's a team that's actually been done before, I would honestly say Jim Ross and Paul Heyman, to be completely honest with you.
Okay.
Yeah, I would also stick with a two-man booth. And I would do a team that's also been done before. It has to be Jim Ross. I mean, to me, for my time in watching wrestling, Jim Ross is the iconic voice. I didn't grow up listening to Gorilla Monsoon. I have, going back and watching stuff, but Jim Ross. And I know a lot of people will hate this. I don't really care, but Jerry Lawler still. To me, they just made a great announce team. You know what I mean? They were just
absolutely, yeah.
And of course, I'm from Memphis too, so I'm, have a soft spot for Jerry the King Lawler anyway. But yeah, it would be those guys for sure. What about you, Rance?
I would do the three-man booth because I appreciate the middleman having to play between the face and the heel.
Sure.
It was don't get me wrong, in the history of wrestling, you had your face play-by-play, your heel announcer. It's always interesting, but it's something to me to let a play-by-play guy just be impartial, let the face and the heel do their own thing. So I would have JR and King. And I'm talking about like 97 King. At his at his worst. When I mean worst, I mean at his best. But I would have, and people are gonna shit on me for this, but I would have Michael Cole be the play-by-play.
Okay.
Now, I am a huge Michael Cole advocate because Michael Cole is probably the most underrated announcer in wrestling history because he gets shit on so much for doing his job. Like he's not bad. We've watched him for 20 years. You know what I'm saying? He's not bad. He just does what he's supposed to do and does it well. So if you have that guy, a dude who used to be a war correspondent, just completely playing the straight man, and let JR and King go at it and just call the action, I would say Joey Styles, but Joey Styles has proven that he can't work well with other people.
Oh
That's
boy.
fair. That's fair.
Yeah.
Next
Wow.
question.
Yeah. Next question.
Okay. Next
Ding.
question. All right then, I got you. Rants. This is the one I was telling you about earlier, where I kind of got heckled by a friend.
Yeah.
And this piece of shit that sent this question in is one Will Kelly, and he had said, and I quote,
Uh-oh.
direct quote, guys. How many sexual favors have you requested to Sami Zayn to be his biggest fan? And the answer is a whopping
4,500.
0. A whopping 0.
No. What's the answer?
I-
It's 67,800 or whatever it is, however much that people donated for the Sammy for Syria.
Oh boy.
I can neither confirm nor deny Caleb's numbers, so I will
Oh boy.
take the high road.
Oh.
Hi, Sammy.
Will, regardless of the content of your question, thank you for sending it in. Next question we have is from one Jacob Oliver, another friend of mine. Now this is not wrestling related, and this is a nice change of pace here. Now, if applicable, what games and consoles are you guys currently playing on right now? And I'm also going to fill this one real quick, because I'm reading them off.
Yeah.
I am on a PS4. I have been on a PS4 for 3 years now. And here lately, I've been playing a lot of MLB 17. I've still been getting a lot of play out of that.
Great game.
Now, however,
Great game.
yeah, absolutely. Now, however, coming in October, we've got at least one game confirmed to come out that I'm very interested in playing, and another that is still currently announced for October 17, but I kind of suspect it to get moved back. Now, that first game, that one you can confirm is WWE 2K18. I've already pre-ordered the deluxe edition with the season pass and all that.
Oh, good shit.
Whatever. I'm lazy. Who knows? Anyway, the other one that still has an October 17 release date, but I kind of suspect it's going to get moved back, is the new South Park RPG game, and that is South Park: The Fractured Butthole.
Bro.
So if you realize,
Tell him about the difficulty levels on the game.
Oh boy. Okay, so this actually cracked me up as a Caucasian man. It's fucking hilarious.
Do you want me to say it? Will it be more comfortable if I say it?
Yeah, let's let the black guy say it.
So, like in real life, the darker you make your player in the game, the harder his life is. Not the game. Not the game portion, just his life. And it's pretty accurate.
Basically, like, people will hurl more insults at you and stuff like that in the game.
Yeah, your credit will probably start off at like 530. You'll probably start off owing $40,000 to the bank. Just regular black folk shit.
Oh my gosh.
That's just the genius of Matt and Trey, right? I mean, come on.
Yeah.
And
That's
the
them.
creators of this game as well. So, Rance, I'll let you answer the game system question in just a second, because I'm just going to jump in and say not applicable. I have not. Yeah, I have an Xbox 360 that I haven't touched in, I don't know, since my kids were born.
Not applicable because parent.
Yeah, so I just don't get a lot of time to hit the video games. The last video game I've played, I've played the occasional Mario Kart on like old school N64 here and there in recent years. The last game I played seriously was literally probably Fallout New Vegas or Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2. So it's been a while.
Okay.
Go ahead, Rance.
Modern Warfare 2 is my favorite Call of Duty.
It's a great game. Yeah.
Yes, absolutely. I'm a big sports fan, so for me, WWE, 2K, any of them. Madden is cool. Gets repetitive, but it's cool. NBA is my shit. I will play that all day, every day, all year. I also enjoy the Guitar Hero Live game that came out. It's always a fun game. But one game I would like to kind of give you guys something to think about and play is, Telltale does the story games. They did the Walking Dead games.
Yes.
They did the Guardians of the Galaxy game.
Batman.
The new Batman. The Batman that came out before was great, but the new one, the first episode is out. Second episode should be coming out by the end of this month. Yo, those are worth your money. Those are worth your money, and it's like $5 an episode. The game's like $20 and it's $5 extra episode because it's 5 episodes. They've re-upload them as the year goes on. Give that a try.
You do those on your phone, don't you? You can play those on your phone.
No, you can play them on a console. I play mine on my
Okay.
PlayStation. I have a PS4.
Well, because
by the way.
I've played a Telltale game on my phone before. I know that. So
I did the Walking Dead games on my phone, but the two Batman games I've done on the PlayStation.
Okay.
Yeah. Before we move on, I want to say, as far as the Telltale games go, I still haven't finished season 1 of Batman. I really want to. I need to, actually. I've been getting kind of lazy about it. Also, another Telltale game I haven't finished is Walking Dead Season 3, a.k.a. A New Frontier. I believe I'm up to the 4th episode, maybe the 5th one.
You're not done yet?
No, not done yet. I kind of stopped. There was a point in time, like a couple months ago, where I just kind of quit playing games for a little while. But, yeah.
Well,
Also, real quick, Tales from the Borderlands as well. I started that. It's awesome.
okay.
I know that one's kind of older. Rance, I do want to ask you, have you played long shot mode on Madden 18?
Yes, and the only thing I don't like about it is you don't play enough football for me. Like I like the little mini games. The story is pretty solid, but there's not enough football for me.
Okay.
And then the other thing is once it's over, like I don't know. I'm pretty sure you don't play NBA, but like the NBA games have this thing called the Prelude, where you'll start off in college or you start off as a street baller or something, and then you can finish that and then import your player into your my player. Well, there's no my player in Madden. So long shots, once it's finished, it's over.
Ah.
So if they had a my player mode where you could just focus on you and not franchise, but like a my player mode where it's more than just your standard, play the game, go to practice, play the game, go to practice. Yeah, that'd be great, and they would sell so much more copies.
Absolutely, yeah. That sounds accurate. So if we've all set our piece as far as video games go, we have another question. This first one not related to wrestling. The second one is related to wrestling. It's someone else who kind of cheated the system. Sent 2 questions in one, but hey, whatever. Not going to get mad at you, Shelly. I cannot remember your last name right now because I got the question on Twitter. But hey, Shelly, thank you for sending these questions in. First question: do you guys have any other hobbies besides wrestling? And for me, I don't necessarily have hobbies. I get out, obviously. At one point in time, and I still do to this day because I still buy them. I'm a collector. I have at least 80 in my bedroom right now. So yeah, there's quite a bit there. And I watch a lot of movies. And that's really about it, to be perfectly honest with you.
Can I answer?
Yes, go ahead.
My favorite hobby is fucking these. No, I'm just playing. I'm just joking. No, man, yeah, I play video games, hang out with the kids. I'm an avid basketball player when I have the time. Yeah, if you're talking about like a collection, the only thing I really collect, souvenir cups from like stadiums and stuff. I got like 20 of them.
Okay.
So.
Okay. As far as hobbies go, when I get the opportunity, because I'm pretty busy, but when I get the opportunity, I do like to play golf. Very white answer, I know. But I like to play golf. And I haven't played it in a long time, but I also like to play a lot of poker. I used to work in a casino, so you kind of get, thrown into that world a little bit, and I enjoy it. As far as collecting goes, I've gone through phases. I don't really collect anything currently, but I have collected over the years. Me and my dad used to do the baseball card thing, and I carried that on for quite a while. I've still got some stuff at my parents' house hidden away that I plan to keep and not sell because it was kind of a sell collect. You know what I mean? And then the other thing is I'm a big movie buff. and I really like those steel box Blu-rays that they put out
Yes.
to get cool designs on them. Now they get a little bit pricey, and I found some really good ones online. So that would be, as far as collecting, I don't have a ton of them, but I do like them. So if I see one that I like, I'll pick it up. So that's
You
really
need
about
to
it.
buy. You need to buy the Big Lebowski on Steelbook. It's awesome.
I'll tell you the best Steelbook cover I've ever seen. I don't know if you guys have seen the movie or not. The movie's incredible. If you haven't seen it, you need to see it. Is Kung Fu Hustle. If you haven't seen,
Yeah.
if you have not seen that movie,
That's
is
funny.
an excellent movie,
Yeah.
and the Steelbox is amazing. Caleb, have you seen it before?
I have not. You actually told me
Okay.
about this in St. Louis, believe it or not.
Okay, yeah. Okay, so the Ranch, just to jump it in, just to tell you, the Steelbox, I know you know what those are.
Yeah.
You know the whole deal with the lollipop or whatever, how he breaks it or whatever through part of the movie.
Uh-huh.
That's the cover of the box, is the broken lollipop, but it's like this.
Oh,
pink.
that's awesome.
Dude, it is the coolest cover I've ever seen.
That's awesome.
I got a friend borrowing it. I may never see it again, but that is
Yeah, it's gone. It's gone.
Yeah, that's
yeah.
one of my. That's about it. So that's it for me. Long answer on that one. Sorry about that.
It's fine, dude. If people get tired of it, you know what they can do? I got 2 words for them.
Keep listening.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah.
Please
Please
download.
Yeah. I love it. All right. So you guys ready for the next question? The second part?
Oh shit, it's a
Yes.
two-parter. Okay.
Yeah, it is a 2-parter. She also asked, and this is related to wrestling, she asked, could John Cena be any hotter?
No, he's
Real
one
quick,
attractive
I want to
bloke.
say, she said, could he be any hotter? And I say yes. If he had a full, flowing head of hair, absolutely, yeah.
No, Caleb's real answer is if he was a ginger Syrian from Canada, from Montreal. Yeah. Whose name
Oh my
rhymes
God.
with Amy and last name rhymes with Rebay. Yeah.
Let me answer this.
Don't know who that relates to, but okay.
real quick. So John's all right. You know, I'm not afraid to say if a dude's a good-looking guy or not. Whatever, doesn't bother me.
Oh, yeah,
But
I'm secure in my heterosexuality.
But he's not my type. Yeah, I would probably be more of a Roman Reigns guy.
Absolutely.
That's a good-looking man right there.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying?
Probably
Roman's a good-looking dude.
I don't know. I'm a bit of a Ryan Gosling guy myself.
Woo, yeah.
I can see that being your type. Oh, while we're on the subject of John Cena real quick, shout out to my boy John Cena being up for the role for Shazam. Something I said he should have done. It's just how cool would it be
Oh,
with
yeah.
John Cena being Shazam and The Rock being Black Adam? That should be pretty cool.
Yeah. How is John Cena gonna replace Shaq as that genie? What's gonna go on
Next
there?
question. Next question.
Okay. Next question. This one from Joe Seba.
What up, Joe?
Friend in the Wrestling Squared Circle. Yeah, what's up, sup? He asked us 2 questions, but he split them up. Okay, I'm going to get the easy one out of the way. Is The Miz the best heel in the business? Now, I construed this to mean the best one in the business right now, and with that, I would say yes. Honestly, you could make an argument for Jinder Mahal, but for me, the reason The Miz gets the edge is because The Miz has to really work to get booed. And so that's the biggest reason, because people want to cheer him, and then he'll say something that'll just piss you off so bad that you can't help but boo him. So I would agree that, yes, The Miz is the best heel in the business for right now.
Yeah, I agree. You guys know I'm a big mark for The Miz. But I will still boo his ass when he comes on television, okay? And that, to me, that is a great heel. Kevin Owens had that for a minute. It's been a little bit different lately, but I would still go with The Miz. He's just, not only is he the best heel in the business, but in my opinion, he's also the best mic man in the business right now. I don't think there's anybody that right now.
Ooh,
So he is, to me, I've said this before, I think he is the MVP of the WWE for the last year or so. I really mean that.
Yep.
And I'm not talking like, you know, we know Dean Ambrose works more matches than anybody else on the live scene and stuff. I'm talking about just
Keeping the shows together.
consistently,
Yeah.
consistently excellent, fun rivalries and feuds, making guys matter like Bo Dallas and Curtis Axel.
Yeah.
I mean, stuff
Marie.
like that. You know what I mean? He's unbelievable. He really is. And if you guys are a hater, I don't know what's wrong with you. I would think he doesn't have many at this point. So, what do you think, Rance? Best heel in the business?
Traditionally, yes, because his alignment is heel, but he gets cheered. Shout out to Lij, groups like that who, get heat too. But the answer is a Miz. But I would like to throw out, like you said earlier, Jinder Mahal, because Jinder Mahal is a traditional heel who is hated unanimously. So Miz would be the answer, but I just want y'all to remember that the point of a heel is to be hated, and y'all out here showing praise to your boy Miz.
Well, Caleb he did mention Ginger, so
Yeah, I
ready.
mentioned that.
Yeah.
And that takes a lot of growth from Caleb. I'm proud of you.
Oh boy, thanks, Dad.
You'll be getting a gender shirt in the mail.
Oh no, thank you.
But
you just have the one that I'm wearing right now.
I'll have to pass up. I'll have to pass up that gift. So next one from Jim Sabin says, "What do you make of Sasha Banks and treatment of fans?" Now, I believe in this. He's referring to the whole the way Sasha Banks apparently is, at airports and stuff, and apparently she gets a little testy. But here's the thing. I understand. You've just got off a plane, or you're going to get on a plane, whatever the case may be, and you probably, either if you're getting on a plane, you just want to get to your flight, or if you're getting off a plane, you want to go to the hotel and get some sleep. And then you have some jabronis at the airport at 3 o'clock in the morning that are shoving things in your face for you to sign so they can sell them on eBay because they're too lazy to go get a real job. Shout out CM Punk on that one.
Tell them how you really feel.
So, but that's exactly what he said. And I agree.
Right. Yeah.
But, yeah, and the whole, there's this weird, almost like a stalker culture with some fans around that, like I said, will go to airports and stuff, and even some will track flights and shit. It's weird.
Yeah, but that's not just wrestlers, bro. They've been doing that for entertainers for decades.
Well, yeah, even so, I don't care what it is. I don't care if it's entertainers, wrestlers, whatever. It's still weird. Please don't do that. I'm asking you, a friend, I guess. Please don't do that.
Well,
what do you guys have to say?
So
go ahead.
You're right. You're right. Technically, you shouldn't do that. Technically, you should allow a person their privacy. However, like I mentioned earlier with Christmas, when you put yourself at that level of entertainment, at that level of mainstream, that level of being mainstream, you belong to the people. So Mercedes KV, whatever her last name is, okay, she deserves privacy, but Sasha Banks don't deserve no privacy. That's just what it is, and it sucks. I hate to say it. I'm not saying it because I like it. It's just what it is. If I was LeBron James right now, I would never expect to have a lone moment outside of my house or outside of my job. You're just not gonna. Too popular.
Yeah.
So I'm not saying it's right, but it's what you got to expect.
Yeah, it comes with the territory. I'm kind of, this one's tough. I do kind of I feel more sorry for them about this than I do the Christmas thing. Let's put it that way.
That's fair.
The reason being,
that's fair,
is because
they're at their worst when they get off a flight. Yeah.
Yeah, man, and it would be one thing if it was just hey man, how's it going? But when it turns into this, hey, I'm here. I've been waiting for you for 2 hours like a fucking weirdo, and now
you
I've got
owe me
a briefcase
this
full of shit and sign this and sign this and sign that. You should just, if it's to me, if this is what you're trying to do, you should be willing to take no for an answer, first of all.
Yeah.
And second of all, don't show up with a briefcase full of stuff. You're just being an asshole.
Yeah, just one thing.
You know what I mean? Just show up with one thing and accept whether they're down or not.
Or how about you ask?
Yeah,
I'm
yeah,
sorry. I
right.
know you're busy, but do you mind signing this for me?
Yeah,
Randy
learn
Orton
some fucking
situation.
manners.
Randy
Learn
Orton
some
situation where
manners
he was
about
in the gym working out and the dude's taking pictures of him behind him in the gym. Like
Yeah,
Randy said, I'd
that
have took a
was
picture
hey
with you. All you gotta do is ask me, but don't
hey
not give me the opportunity.
shout out to Arkansas because that's where that happened, my home state. So
Yes.
shout out. Yeah, I'm with you, man. Just I get where you're coming from, Rance, on that. However, I would just have to say, like, kind of like you said, it comes with the territory, but just don't be such a weirdo about it.
Don't be a dick, basically.
Yeah.
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 Exactly.
Agreed.
One, we okay. That's all the questions we have because the last one we got was it's one we've already answered, but it's from my good friend Ryan Freeman, and he asked us what our thoughts were on Shelton Benjamin.
He's black.
Yeah, he is a black, or on him returning rather.
Oh,
He
okay.
is an American Alpha 2.0. Yeah, and hey, that's cool. Ryan, sincerely, thank you for sending that question. If we hadn't already answered it before, I would go into more detail, but that's whatever. Again, thank you for sending the question, though. We appreciate it.
No doubt.
Thank you.
All right. So, you guys ready to go home? Get this show on the road?
I'm already home.
Yeah,
Me too.
good point, man. Okay. Well, we're going to sign off here then. I am your smart mark, Caleb M. Baldwin. You can follow me on Twitter and yeah, I changed my Twitter handle like
Check
6
your
times
boy with the
yesterday.
new handles.
Yeah. You can now follow me on Twitter at SMC_CalB. At SMC_CalB. And from me, anyway, follow the pod at the SMC Podcast. It is greatly appreciated. We are now officially, you can check us out on iTunes.
Back on
under
iTunes,
the,
baby. Yeah.
Yep, the Social Suplex Podcast Network.
Yeah.
Is
That's
that
it.
correct?
Cool.
That's it. Social Suplex Podcast Network. You will see it. It is the most intricate picture you will ever see.
Yes.
And if you don't know, I'm joking. It's just words. But yeah, subscribe, like. We're still on Podbean. That's the main
Yep.
thing we put it on. But we should be available everywhere now. We had a little problem with the link, but we are available now. Holler at us on YouTube. Check your local bootlegger. We're everywhere.
Yep.
Yeah,
And
we're
from
dropping
me,
hotness.
oh,
Yeah, there's new
wow,
hotness.
wow. Can I finish my damn sign off, guys? Come on now. What's going on? Jeez. Okay. Believe in the pod, guys. And from me anyway, because I don't know if Rance or Carl's going to say it, but goodbye and good night.
Yeah, I am your Mark Carl Irvin. Hit me up on Twitter at KERVINSMC. Pretty straightforward. And you'll know it's me because you'll see Big Wrestling at the top for my name. That just means that I shit on small wrestling. So that's all that means. I'm like the big man, I'm like the corporate monopoly. That's me.
You're like Big Pharma. You're like the evil empire.
You're the country guy from Simpsons.
There you go.
Yeah.
So that's it for me. Thanks for listening, guys. Caleb already gave you the podcast link or on Twitter and where to find us. So once again, guys, seriously, thanks for listening. We do appreciate it. We're hoping to get bigger every week on this. So, Rance, take it away.
Holla at your boy at It's Ray Cash, REY, as in Mysterio, CASH as in dollars. Shout out to all my people in Florida and the islands. Hold your head. We just dealt with it. We're still cleaning up down here, so we got love for y'all up there. Rich, James, Jeremy. Hold your head, guys. But that's it, man. Appreciate y'all listening. Have a good night.